Hi everyone! Welcome to this week's episode of Education and Motivation from SWRm. It's nearly July, the middle of the year, and a beautiful summer month. It's a time where you might find yourself going outside more to take in the warmth and sunshine. And sometimes being out and about means we use more of one very nasty thing: single-use plastic. Whether it's a straw for your shake, a cup for your cold beer, a water bottle, maybe some plastic cutlery for that picnic in the park, which may also entail plastic wrapping over your food being carried in a plastic bag. The point is, we are surrounded by the stuff, and it's awfully damaging to our environment. In the 1960s came the first report of plastic waste being noticed in our oceans. But despite the many people who were worried at this point, not enough noise was made to slow its production, or to curb the increasing ways it would eventually be fashioned into something we needed. Most people do realize the damage that plastic, which never biodegrades, does to the earth. But there is still a large amount of ignorance around what actually happens to the plastic we dispose of. Did you know that there are 5 subtropical gyres in the ocean in which the currents create a vortex, which means plastic waste is trapped there in a swirling pool? One such place is now an area of plastic waste twice the size of Texas. There's been misunderstandings that these locations are literally islands of plastic trash. But the fact is that most of the plastic that ends up in the ocean, millions of tons of it, is very small. Over time, after years of being beaten by waves and drenched in sunshine, the pieces become even smaller. Much of the plastic in these gyres, and in the ocean generally, are actually tiny specks, smaller than 1 centimeter. So we don't see an island of trash, but rather a soupy, murky ocean with millions of small pieces of plastic floating from the surface to a few feet underneath. And herein lies the real issues. Number 1, this size makes it very easy to ingest by ocean creatures and marine birds. And number 2, there is no simple collection method. We can't simply scoop the plastic up. Of course, having said this, there is still an inordinate number of large plastic items floating about in the ocean too, like discarded fishing lines and netting, which can also kill beautiful, innocent creatures. So, small or big, the plastic in the ocean is a devastating problem. UNESCO has estimated that 100,000 marine animals die each year due to plastic pollution. While we don't have a nice tidy fix for collecting what's in the water already, we do have a simple answer for not making it any worse. We must stop producing plastic waste. So, we must therefore stop using plastic, or at least find every possible alternative to reduce our use of it. Enter Plastic-Free July. In 2011, a group of people working for a council in Perth, Australia, decided to take on the challenge of reducing their own personal use of plastics for 1 month. It became a popular move, so the Plastic-Free Foundation was born, and they launched Plastic-Free July as a global call to action. 2018 saw over 3 million people from 177 countries sign up. We at SWRm are confident we can call on your support for this great movement, and that we can all go plastic-free for the month of July. We're also confident that once you've made this adjustment for a whole month and adapted new and positive habits, you'll be inspired to continue. Once you've got some great non-plastic reusable items like bamboo picnic cutlery and plates, your own cute tote bags, a reusable coffee cup, stainless steel or glass water bottle, and a couple of stainless steel straws, you'll find that suddenly you're using much less single-use plastic. So hit up this website to get an inspiration for which plastic items you can replace and get ideas to host some fun group events. So let's commit to Plastic-Free July and take on this challenge for the sake of our oceans and the animal life which is dependent on this amazing ecosystem. Get your friends involved. Start some friendly competition for who can come up with the most interesting non-plastic replacement of an item, or who has used the least amount of plastic in their recycling at the end of the month. There are links to the 5 Gyres Institute and Plastic Free July in the video description to find out more and grab inspiration on awesome non-plastic items you can start making the switch to now. Thanks again for joining us at SWRm. Remember that as a collective, we're even more efficient and effective than as individuals. But all it takes is one person to start the conversation and get the ball rolling. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time, Swarmers.